Netflix's new documentary Cold Case, Who Killed JonBenét Ramsey, directed by Joe Berlinger, delves into the tragic and highly publicized 1996 murder of 6-year-old JonBenét Ramsey. The series re-examines the case, highlighting investigative flaws and the unfair treatment of the Ramsey family, who were widely suspected by the public and media. Berlinger, a seasoned American filmmaker, has expressed his belief in the innocence of JonBenét's family and remains optimistic that the case can still be solved. He criticizes the Boulder Police Department for mishandling evidence and prematurely ruling out key suspects. JonBenét Ramsey, a child beauty queen crowned with titles like Little Miss Colorado and National Tiny Miss Beauty, was reported missing on December 26, 1996. Her parents discovered a ransom note in their Boulder, Colorado home, demanding $118,000 for her return. Tragically, her father, John Ramsey, later found her lifeless body in the basement, beaten and strangled. The case, officially ruled a homicide, has remained unsolved for nearly 3 decades, sparking countless theories, books, and television specials. Berlinger's documentary criticizes the initial investigation, which he describes as riddled with errors. The police failed to secure the crime scene, potentially compromising critical evidence. Additionally, media narratives painted the Ramsey family, particularly parents John and Patsy, as prime suspects, intensifying their grief. Despite this, John Ramsey, now 80, participated in the documentary without compensation or editorial control. Berlinger noted that John's openness and cooperation signal his genuine desire to find his daughter's killer. No questions were off-limits, Berlinger said, calling it unthinkable that the family had any involvement in the crime. The series explores alternate theories, including the possibility of an intruder entering the home and murdering JonBenét. Berlinger supports this theory, deeming it far more plausible than family involvement. He also calls for renewed scrutiny of all suspects, emphasizing that modern forensic tools, like advanced DNA analysis, could bring justice. He even suggests retesting the Ramsey family's DNA, believing they would willingly cooperate. At the time of JonBenét's murder, speculation swirled around her family. Patsy Ramsey, herself a former beauty queen, was accused of fostering an environment that made JonBenét a target for predators. Others speculated that JonBenét's 9-year-old brother, Burke, might have accidentally killed her during a moment of anger, with the parents covering up the incident. However, forensic developments in 2008 identified an unexplained third party through DNA found on JonBenét's clothing, exonerating the family. 2 years prior, Patsy Ramsey died of ovarian cancer, leaving the case unresolved. Beyond the Ramseys, several individuals have been considered suspects. Among them is Gary Oliva, a convicted pedophile who allegedly confessed to the crime. Another suspect was John Mark Carr, who claimed responsibility for JonBenét's death while in Thailand. He described drugging, sexually assaulting, and accidentally killing her. However, DNA testing did not link Carr to the crime scene, and charges were dropped. Additional scrutiny fell on the Ramsey family's housekeeper and a man who played Santa Claus at a party JonBenét attended. Efforts to solve the case have been extensive but inconclusive. Authorities have examined over 1,500 pieces of evidence and analyzed nearly 1,000 DNA samples. Handwriting, fingerprints, and shoe prints collected during the investigation have been digitized for future comparisons. Despite these measures, the case remains cold. John Ramsey has criticized law enforcement's handling of the investigation, urging an external agency to take over DNA testing in 2022. The Netflix series incorporates archival footage, including JonBenét's cheerful moments at home and the harrowing 911 call made by Patsy Ramsey on the day of the disappearance. It also features interviews with family members, including Burke, who describes the Ramseys as just a regular family before the tragedy. The documentary underscores how the public's rush to judgment and widespread conspiracy theories compounded the family's suffering. Berlinger hopes the series will not only refocus attention on the case but also foster a more compassionate understanding of the Ramseys' ordeal. The documentary revisits missteps by investigators, such as dismissing viable suspects due to flawed DNA analyses. Berlinger calls for a comprehensive reevaluation of evidence with fresh eyes, utilizing advancements in forensic science. Officials from the Boulder Police Department and the District Attorney's Office have acknowledged the importance of new forensic technologies in solving the case. They remain committed to pursuing leads and are encouraging the public to come forward with any information. JonBenét was laid to rest in Marietta, Georgia, alongside her mother and half-sister, Elizabeth Ramsey, who had died in a car accident years earlier. Despite decades of scrutiny and heartbreak, John Ramsey continues to advocate for justice, appearing in the documentary to share his perspective and experiences. His participation, Berlinger argues, reflects the determination of a grieving father who refuses to give up hope. The documentary not only seeks to unravel the mystery of JonBenét's murder but also aims to critique a justice system that allowed the case to stagnate. By reigniting interest and leveraging new investigative techniques, Berlinger hopes to move closer to uncovering the truth and bringing closure to a case that has haunted the nation for nearly 30 years. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more updates on celebrity deaths and news updates.